Hello, today I want to show you all the new features of Rayforge 0.10, the new version. And one of the first big news is that now we have a snap. So if you go to the snap on Linux, it's very easy to install. Just look for Rayforge, click on it, and you will see the install button, and that's all it should be installed. I already did it, so here you can see the main window. You should go into the settings first. The icon changed a bit, but it's still up here in the menu bar. Then you click on preferences. You should configure the driver and the IP address of your device, of course, and one of the new settings is home on start. When you enable that, Rayforge will send a homing command when the device first goes online. So that is very convenient. Then another new setting that is quite useful is to set the frame power. By default, this is disabled because it could be dangerous if you start framing with a power that's too high. It could burn a hole into your machine. So by default, it's disabled and set to 0. I already configured mine to 5. This is the minimum value my laser accepts. And that sets the laser to power where it's basically not engraving anything, so there's no danger that you will burn anything into your machine without wanting to. I will show you the framing feature soon. That is one of the new ones. But unless you configured this setting, you will not be able to use it. The button will be disabled. So that's all the new settings. The new button is up here. Right now it's disabled. That's for framing. But there are more control buttons that are also new. Right now they're all inactive because my laser is disconnected. I have not switched it on. So let me do that right now. Hopefully it's not too noisy. And meanwhile, while the thing boots, I'm also opening a test file. Or maybe something more complex makes more sense. Let's use this one here. You can see that the contour is already shown. Up here is a setting where you can toggle the workpiece visibility, and here you can toggle whether you display the path or not. So you can now see the machine connected. So now you can press the homing button to do manual homing if you want to. Let me do that right quick. Okay, I can see the machine did it. And then I can use the framing feature, which will cause the laser to drive around the workpiece and form a rectangle, which allows you to align your workpiece. It will by default cycle 20 times, but you can also stop it using the new stop button. So let me put it right here at the 0 point because that's where I have some workpiece. And then I press framing. And now the machine is walking. It's driving all around the area that it would engrave in this case. But I can now also press the stop button, and also new is the pause button, which can also be very useful when engraving or working on longer jobs. Yeah, so all these buttons are new, except for the send button, which already existed. What else is new? Well, one of the big changes was that the way the paths are generated has been completely reworked. Previously, the paths were generated for all of the objects on the work surface at once, which made things very slow. If you change or move one piece, all of the canvas had to be regenerated. So now it's much more snappier. And here you can also scale it. If it only is a path that is scalable, like outline or contour, then you can scale it and it wouldn't even need to recalculate. All that makes it really much faster. For engraving, if you choose that, it will still have to recalculate because if you make it larger, it has to add more lines, so recalculation is necessary. So it's still an expensive one, but I think it's quite usable still. So yeah, that was that. Also new is PDF import. You can now import some PDF. Let me check if I have one. Here. And you can see it's just imported and already the paths are active for that as well. We delete the engraving path and it would do this one here. So that is also new. What's also new is the output path quality has been greatly improved. Previously there was one setting for the pixel density for the user interface and for the output. Both were treated the same. Now the output quality is using a much higher pixel density, leading to way better paths. Okay, there were also some minor polishings, like the menu bar has been reorganized. And yeah, I think that's mostly it with the news. There were also several bug fixes, but I think that gives you an idea of what the new release brings. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, I hope the application is useful. Thank you, bye.